Are you going on a trip on an airplane and you're wondering which power bank can you take with you? We're going to cover that in this video, and we're going to talk about one option and decide if it's any good for us today. Hello and welcome back to Gears and Tech. I am about to go on a trip and have a problem. So normally I take this laptop right here and the battery lasts, if I'm lucky, 3 hours. Sometimes it'll last 5 hours, but I can never guess when it's gonna last 3 and when it's gonna last 5. And the flight that I'm gonna go on does not have in-flight entertainment. It does not have in-flight power because it's a budget airline. And that is where something like one of these is gonna come in, because this will allow me to power my laptop through the entire flight and watch my own movies. I can use Netflix, just download it, and I'm good to go. I don't need in-flight entertainment, especially when I save so much on the flight. But it can be a little confusing when you're looking at power banks. Which one can you use? Which one can't you use? And what do you do? I'm gonna try and clear that all up in this very video. Now, first off, I want to read the TSA rules on battery banks, okay? So there's two classifications of TSA guidelines for carry-on batteries. Now, here is the deal. If you are using a battery bank, you're bringing a battery bank as your carry-on on your flight, it must be carry-on, okay? You can check it depending on the size, but in most cases, there's special instructions and special conditions required to put it in your bag. I'll explain why. Lithium batteries have a ton of energy, and when they light on fire, they burn fast, they burn hot, and they do not extinguish themselves. If you had a battery bank in your luggage and for whatever reason it lit on fire, nobody would know until you had everyone's luggage on fire. And everyone's luggage on fire when you're in the air in an airplane would be a really bad situation to be in. So you don't want to put anyone in that circumstance, and you certainly don't want to be put into that situation. So for most of us, it is safest if you have your battery bank on the plane with you. If there was a problem, you would know about it quickly, and the stewardesses and stewards are trained specifically how to handle a lithium battery problem. This is a shout out to those Note 7 days when they were spontaneously lighting on fire. This is the same kind of issue. So they had to go through the training. They have special tools to actually try to contain a lithium battery fire. And that's what these are. So I'm not saying these are gonna light on fire, don't get me wrong, but the TSA wants to take extra special precautions to make sure that everyone is not in danger of dying, okay? So do not try to check your lithium battery. Now, size of the battery. You must have a battery that has 100 watt hours or less of potential power in the device. If it has less than 100 watt hours of total capacity, then you are good to go. It can be on your carry-on luggage, not your checked luggage, your carry-on luggage. And you are limited to one. You cannot bring more than one. There's special circumstances where you can have more than one, but the total watt capacity has to be less than 100 total. So you could get one battery pack that has 100 watt hours of power, or two smaller ones. Now, I would ask, why would you want two smaller ones when one full-sized one will actually charge your laptop and do everything that you want, rather than trying to carry two separate ones? But there's reasons why you might want a smaller one. Just know 100 watt hours and you're good. Now there is a second class, and that is lithium batteries with more than 100 watt hours. Now that would be 100 to 160 watt hours of lithium metal batteries. Now typically this is going to be your larger laptops with larger capacities, or for larger battery banks for specialized equipment like camera gear and stuff like that. The average consumer probably does not have a 101 to 160 watt hour battery bank, and I would not suggest taking one. Now you can, and with special permission, you are allowed to have them on the plane. When are you granted the special permission? Generally speaking, the planes are only allowed to have a total of a certain number of watt hours available on the plane. If every single person brought a 100 watt hour lithium battery on the plane, you could have potential for a very large lithium fire. Now it's spread out across every seat, but it is a lot of potential there. Fortunately, not everyone brings a 100 watt hour battery bank on the plane with them, and so there's extra capacity available for one or two other guests to bring a bigger battery. And that's how they decide who can get it and who can't. Generally speaking, if you ask the airline, can I bring a bigger battery bank? They're gonna say no. And that's because it's just so much easier to say no. And since they can and do say no, why even risk it in the first place? Just get a battery bank that fits the restrictions and you don't have to ask permission. And today we have one such battery bank that we're going to review. So today I'm going to review this guy. Now this is a brand brought to us by INIU, and I don't know how to say it right, so it's spelled INIU. Now these are available on their website, and I will put a link in the description, but this particular one is listed as definitely safe for TSA flight travel. Now, I'm not in the United States, I'm in Canada, but in Canada, we follow the same rules as the TSA anyway, so this one should be good to go. So let's do a quick unboxing. This is the BL-B63 battery bank. I wanna just check it out, see what it has, and then we'll review some of the features. I gotta say, the packaging is really nice looking. It's got a picture of exactly what I'm getting here, and I know exactly what I'm gonna be looking at. There's a little card falling out of there already. I have not seen this thing yet, so I don't know what's even in here. Whoa! First off, this smells like it's been in that packaging sealed for a while. Oh, there's a little bag. Oh, and there's a little USB cable. All these things I didn't expect. We've got a welcome guide, has a bunch of information. Not gonna read it. If you want to, you certainly can. We also have the email support, which again, I mean, as long as it works, right? There is, you guys saw a little bag here, that's nice, bag to have, and a very tiny USB cord. Check that out, very, very tiny. This is less than a foot. I would say this is like a 10-inch USB cord, which is fine, it's small. Comes in a sealed bag. There we go. This is the unit itself. Now I'm seeing this for the first time, and I have to say, it feels nice. So this case, it's like a rubbery matte case, but I can't even scratch it. Feels solid. There's a fair amount of weight to it. There's a little flip out. This is a phone holder. So if I take my phone, I'm supposed to flip my phone. Okay. So then I can go like this and plug my phone in, and then go like this and plug that in. And just like that, it's charging my phone and holding it. So if I was on a plane, this is actually pretty convenient. I could go like this and it will charge my phone with a small cable, which is great for a plane. I hate when you've got a 20-foot cable and you're trying to figure out where to shove that thing. And it would charge my phone while it holds my phone. That's awesome. I didn't think I would like that, but it's pretty cool. Now, it has 3 USB ports here. So one of them says in, out, and then 2 of them say out only. Now the in, out one says 100 watts. So that will do up to 100 watts out through the USB-C port. The other one is a 45 watt out, and then the other one is a USB-A, which will do up to 18 watts of out. Now I told you guys I wanted to be able to charge my laptop with it. So I'm gonna be using most of the time the up to 100 watt out so that I can actually recharge this laptop. It does have this little display screen here, and if I tap the power button on the side, it tells me quickly that I have 55% battery. Now that is fresh out of the box. I haven't charged this thing yet. And it seems like it is just on all the time. It's ready to go. I can hold the power button down and then it shuts it off, but I think it's still on. If I tap it again, it turns on again. On the back is the important bits. It tells you all of the specs and the details about it. And this is going to be important, especially for you guys doing air travel. So somewhere on here, it needs to say what the spec is, because they will ask you to pull out your laptop, your phone, and your battery banks. You need to have this battery bank out so they can inspect it. Now, if my eyes are good enough, I can see on the back here, and it says battery capacity 25,000 milliamp hours at 92.5 watt hours. That's what the official spec on here says. So this easily fits under the 100 watt hour capacity. So check mark, fits in my TSA guidelines. In fact, if you look on the INUI website, it says, yes, this is good for air travel. But that brings up a very important point, and that is they might lie to you. They might say it's good, and then when you get there, it's not good. So it's very important if you're buying it specifically for air travel that the specs on the case match what the TSA says it does. So this I've confirmed, specs are good. It should meet all the requirements. There should be no problem at all in carrying this on the plane. Now that we've checked, does it work, and we've done a quick walkthrough, let's talk about exactly what can you use it for, what can you charge, and how many charges do you get, because that's what's important. That's the real world specs that you want to know. This will charge fully from 0 to 100% in under 2 hours. That's when you're charging through that USB port, and that is at a 55-watt charger. If you have a faster charger, it might charge a little bit faster, but the way that lithium charges, it charges really quickly to 80%, and then it slows right down for the last 20%. That's to protect the battery from overheating and to protect the cells inside. So if you don't have enough time to charge it to the full 100%, you can always charge it to 80% very, very quickly. But full charge, 2 hours or less. Now, what such things can you charge? A MacBook Pro 14-inch will take about 50% of the capacity of this battery bank, but it will charge your MacBook Pro in 30 minutes. You can charge your iPhone 15 almost 4 complete times. If you're like me and you have a Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, you're gonna recharge that about 3 times. If you have an iPad Pro M2, you're gonna be able to recharge it about 1.5 times. For my portable gamer friends, a Steam Deck will recharge 1.6 times. So you can use your Steam Deck the whole time. When the battery dies, you can charge it completely and then use it again. And then you can charge it another half time before you have to recharge this, and your plane will be landed by then. If you have AirPods and you really gotta just keep listening to them, this will recharge your AirPods 28 times. Now, the nice thing is it does support full dual USB-C charging and USB-A charging. You can have 3 devices plugged into this thing. It will charge all 3 at the same time. It also supports pass-through charging, which means you can have the one connected to the device you're trying to charge while this charges. So this will charge up to 100% and continue to charge the other device. So you always have it as basically a backup standby power at 100%, even if you lose your main shore power or your main source of power. Now you may be wondering, how much does one of these cost? It's going to cost you about $70 US, which is a reasonable price from all of the different ones that I've reviewed. I mean, it's very good build quality. It feels really, really good. So I don't know why you would try going with a different one, especially when some of those other guys, they do lie. In my research for which one did I want to use for my travel, I found some of them were nudging the power around to try and make it seem appropriate for TSA travel. But when you did the math, it didn't work out right. In fact, I ended up returning a couple in my efforts for making this video because I couldn't endorse them because they were kind of fraudulent in what they said. I'm not going to say who they are. I'm just saying that some of them are maybe not on the up and up. That's a lot of information to digest all at once. So I want to know what you guys think. Let me know if you have any questions about the INUI product that we reviewed today. It is available through their website. It's something that I've tested myself. I've checked out the other guys. I've had a look at what else is available. It's really hard to know who you can trust. Yes, there are cheaper ones available on Amazon, and I tried some of those. I could not with a clear conscience review those and tell you guys to get them because I started to find some anomalies in how they rated the battery to make it seem like it was TSA compliant when really it wasn't. And I don't want to risk anybody's life by telling you to take something on a plane that I just can't stand behind. So these products are very well built. They meet the specs that they say they will, and they're high quality. And that's the biggest thing. Are you taking something safe? We don't want to risk anyone's life. I personally have tested these. I've ran it through the test with my own laptop, my own cell phone, and they work exactly as described. But I want to hear about your thoughts. Have you used this product before? Have you got a personal experience with it? Post in the comment down below. I'd love to hear your story or your questions. I try to answer all of them, and let's keep the conversation going. Hey, thanks for watching all the way to the end of this video. We hope you enjoy the content in this video, and we'd love to have you come back. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And for those subscribers who are looking for that extra special thing that you can do to support this channel, consider joining our members group. That's where we're building this community, the Gears and Tech community, where we can all enjoy content together. You'll get special perks, which we'd love for you to check out by clicking the link down below. For those of you who are just happy to watch the video, that's okay too. You can check out some of our other content right over here, where we've got some previous videos that have already been uploaded and enjoyed by many of our viewers already. We do hope to see you again. This has been Gears and Tech. Have a great day.